I am so thrilled to be here with all of you today. This building has special significance. My little boy, William, he's 12 now, went to school here. Back in the day, it used to be called Allen. And he was actually here in pre-K. And it's a very, very special building. And I know it's doing wonderful things. But I want to thank all of you for coming today. I know that Councilmember Clarkson is on her way. If she is not with us, she will join us soon. So I'm very thankful. We have Dr. Karen DeSalvo, who's the Commissioner of the New Orleans Health Department, Mr. Vic Richard, who's the CEO of the New Orleans Recreation Development Commission. As I told you, Councilmember Clarkson will be here with us in just a minute. Delano Ford is a Deputy Superintendent of Services for the Recovery School District. Athena Robinson-Mock, Executive Director of Kids Rethink. Ashley Triggs is with us as well. Youth Run NOLA. Huh? How about it? Thank you all so much for being here. And I'm thankful for all of you who have come today to talk to us and be with us about a very special issue to the people of the city of New Orleans. As you know, the First Lady some time ago started a Let's Move campaign, which is designed to get us up off our seats and on our feet to start eating better and to be more healthy. And that has trickled down throughout the United States of America, and it has come down to the city of New Orleans. And we have fashioned a new partnership called the Fit New Orleans Partnership in our initiative. And it's designed to make sure that everybody in New Orleans, especially our young citizens, understand the importance of eating right and of exercising. Everybody knows, because we've talked a lot about it, and I'm sure that you've learned about this in your classes, that we're not as fit as we could be. We all can make better choices. We could all have better balance in our life. One of the things that we're struggling with in this country is what they call the obesity epidemic. Actually, 64% of the adults in the city of New Orleans are struggling with this issue. And as it relates to our younger citizens, only 36.4% of our high school students are getting the right recommended amounts of activity. There's a lot of money that gets associated with trying to make people better once they're not as well. And it's always better to start off early and to do it right from the beginning. And so what the Fit New Orleans approach is designed to do is, number one, really just basically to kind of increase everybody's awareness about this issue. Sometimes we kind of sit around a little bit more than we should, and we forget that we're sitting around and not plan as much as we should. And so one of the things we want to do is talk about resources that we have for staying physically fit. The other is what we call building capacity. In other words, to provide access to affordable, nutritious food, to safe environments. It's kind of hard to make a good choice when it's not in front of you. And so we want to work on doing that. And we also want to make sure that we have playgrounds that are available to us. And then finally, to set standards, where we have policies that really reinforce the choices that we make. So you've heard your mom and daddy say, you know, who you hang out with determines what you do, where you go and the choices that you make. Well, that's true about healthy lifestyles as well. And so one of the things that New Orleans wants to do is become a national leader in making sure that we get a lot better at this. And we've been doing a lot in the city of New Orleans. Our recreation on the healthy eating side with NORD, we've doubled the funding for NORD. Right now, operating as we speak, we have 12 state-of-the-art pools. If you haven't been in them, you should get in them. It's a lot of fun. On the Summer Meals Program, we really have kind of used the NORD facilities to give our young citizens access to healthy foods, and we've expanded exponentially the number of folks that actually have access to it. And then we have a $14 million fresh food retailer initiative where we're trying to provide opportunities in the neighborhoods for people to buy. Environmental encouraging of physical activity, we're spending a lot of money right now investing in playgrounds for all of our young kids to play in. Right now we're doing a huge renovation out at Joe Brown Park in New Orleans East. We've partnered with major multinational corporations like Nike, and you see renovations of our playgrounds going on all over the place. As it relates to biking activity, I don't know if you guys kind of remember, it's kind of a long time ago, but when I was a kid, I used to ride my bike everywhere. And one of the things we want to make is New Orleans a much more bikeable city. And right now we have 50 miles of bikeways and pedestrian bikeways in the city. We've been recognized nationally for being a very bike-friendly city. So I'd encourage all of y'all to get on your bicycle and start moving those legs. I think that's really important. And then finally, today I'm going to sign an executive order, and the purpose is to provide healthier food and beverage choices in vending machines at city-owned parks and facilities. Sometimes when you get in that vending machine, you only have one choice. we want to give you more choices, and we want to hope that you exercise making good choices. You know, sometimes people can force you to do things, but it's much better for them to encourage you to make good choices yourself. And we're going to start that practice with the executive order that I signed today. So the City of New Orleans, we can lead by example. It's one of the things that we have to do. And I know that it's hard for us in New Orleans because we have a culture, a deep and rich culture that centers around food, that centers around fun, that centers around activity. But you know what? Even we can do it in New Orleans because all it is about moderation and it's about balance. We can still have our healthy, rich culture. We can still have all the food that we have. But if we make better choices and we eat in moderation, we balance, and we exercise, then we're going to be more fit. And I think it'll be better for all of us. So I thank you all for coming today. I thank all of you for being leaders in this effort. To all of our young citizens that is with us, this is your initiative. This is something that's important for your lifestyle. Some of our parents may be too far gone. Kind of hard to teach an old dog new tricks. But we're going to work on it anyway, right? We're going to work hard. But for you kids, we're going to get there early, and we're going to do it right. So I thank you very much. And now I want to turn it over to our Health Commissioner, Dr. Karen DeSalvo, has helped lead this effort for the City of New Orleans and has done a fantastic job. So please help me welcome Dr. Karen DeSalvo.
On behalf of the old people, we're not going to give up on us. I think we still have a chance. Thank you, Mr. Mayor, for being here today and helping us to celebrate this really wonderful occasion. And thank you for leading by example. You really teach us all that being fit can be fun, and have really encouraged all of us on the team at City Hall to make this a priority in our lives. The Fit NOLA initiative was really born out of this desire to build a healthier future for all of us, especially the kids. So not just one that was about being fit, but one that meant that being fit was an afterthought so we could all fulfill our every potential, so that we could go to school and learn and go to work and be productive and enjoy our family and friends and all the great things that this city has to offer. And so a few months ago, with the help of the CDC, who in particular lent us William Lupo, who is beloved by many in this room, along with funding from the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation and the Arkansas Center for Childhood Obesity, we facilitated a conversation with many of you in this room to begin thinking about what a healthier New Orleans would look like, especially as it related to fitness. And what we heard, especially from the youth voice who participated in these conversations in the most aggressive and important ways, was that you wanted to talk about fitness, nutritional and physical fitness, and not about obesity. This was about a way that we could be positive and think about how to really make a city that had a spin on it that was about being well, and not one that was about a label. This was a way that we could take the best of everything that we had, the parks, the playgrounds, the bike lanes, the public transportation, after-school programs, the summer programs, weave that into the great food culture that we love, and think about how we would move forward together in a partnership to set a goal that would really be something to be proud of. And our goal is that we want to be one of the most fit cities in the U.S. by 2018, which also happens to be the 300th anniversary of the City of New Orleans. And so right now, we are in the pack at number 37, and we're going to get ourselves into the top 10, and I absolutely believe that we can do that. We're making strides as a city in building better access to parks and playgrounds and bike lanes, after-school programs, the opportunities in schools that you're going to hear about. But also, this is really about us making those choices when they're right in front of us. So if the farmer's market is there, let's get out and make sure we're taking good use of it and eating those fruits and vegetables. It is indeed an effort that we're all going to have to undertake as a partnership. This is this document that you have that we're going to have available on our website is one that speaks to the idea of faith-based and churches and schools and businesses and government and healthcare and people coming together in a partnership to achieve this goal of being one of the most fit cities in the country by 2018. And that means that we're all going to have to do this together, one step at a time, to become a very fit city. Thank you. Councilwoman Jackie Clarkson to make some remarks.
Thank you. Hello, everybody. I'm sorry I wasn't here at the beginning. I was in a meeting with the mayor. He gets here faster than I do. But this is so exciting that I wanted to come say thank you to all of you that would be here. Thank you to the First Lady, Michelle Obama, for such a wonderful, wonderful visionary, very astute program. What a great idea to tell our children they have to be more nutritious and they have to be more fit. and then to make sure that it finds its way, trickles down to all of us right down here at the grassroots. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, our Public Health Commissioner, Dr. DeSalvo, for making it our program in this city and something that every one of our young people can be a part of, so we can be one of the most physically fit programs, one of the most physically fit cities in America. How exciting would that be? The city that cared for God, being physically fit. Would that make a statement or what? Thank you.
I knew the councilwoman was rolling, and she just left a huge meeting with myself on a $10 million construction project over the river. And she said, well, I have to leave you all because I'm going to see the mayor. So you weren't really late. You were rolling as usual. Hi, my name is Vic Richard, and I'm the Executive Director, CEO of NORD C, the NORD Commission. 18 months ago, NORD only had about $4.5 to $4.8 million. And because of the leadership of our Mayor Landrieu, Council President Clarkson, and the other council members, that budget and that commitment was doubled. We're at 10 million, right at 10.2. Approximately 18 months ago, the city only operated 7 pools, and we didn't even operate 1 indoor pool. And within 10 to 12 months, that number went from 7 to 12. Because of that leadership and that commitment and that partnership and that vision, the city right now is constructing 3 more pools and the 2nd indoor pool as we speak today. The mayor was talking about Joe Brown. We just finished talking and meeting with Senator Heitmeyer, Councilwoman Palmer, on a $10 million complex at Berman with soccer, rugby, baseball, football, and everything else. Right now, with the mayor's leadership and the capital projects, Lions Center's uptown, along with the Ballet Association, putting together a phenomenal dance studio within that facility. So as we sit here today and we talk about linking and leveraging and partners, I always use the little story based on what the mayor talks about or where we need to go and how we're going to get there. We all don't have it, but we may have an axle and a frame. Someone may have 2 wheels, someone else might have 2 other wheels, and someone might have a bucket or a barrel of gasoline. So if we put all of that stuff together, we can go down the road and we're going to pick up everybody on the side of the road and go together. So let's continue to stay focused and make our city what it deserves to be. Thank you.
Thank you.
Right now, I'd like to introduce Mr. Delano Ford, the Deputy Superintendent at RSB. Delano?
Good afternoon. My name is Delano Ford with the Recovery School District, and I was very, very excited to take part in this partnership with Fit NOLA. As most of you in the audience spend a lot of your time in schools, either as students or in school as adults who work in schools, and many of you have kids in school, we believe that this is a very, very important partnership for changing the culture of what the city looks like. This is a commitment to the health and safety of students, the health and safety of our families. We also believe that the students who stand behind me directly, and the students who are in this room, and students who are not here today, are the ones who can certainly change the behaviors of their family members. And so we believe that there are 2 ways that we can address health and wellness as a district. The first is obviously through physical fitness. We believe that the Act 286 is very, very important, which basically mandates 30 minutes of physical fit instruction in schools for every K through 8 classroom. So any student who is not participating and your school does not offer that, make sure that you let someone in your school know that you know that Act 286 exists. And so this is very, very important for us, and we are making sure that's happening in our direct run schools and our charter schools. Finally, we believe that food nutrition, breakfast, lunch, and snacks should be healthy and tasty. And so some of the commitments that we made with partnerships outside of this are ensuring that all of our food service providers are going to provide food that is in line with First Lady's commitment to move first. And I think that that's done through renegotiating contracts and ensuring that all of the things that are on the menus that are on the item for students healthy things and are tasty. And so that is what our commitment to students looks like every day. Thank you all for allowing me to be here, and this is a major important initiative for the Recovery School District. Next is Tina Robinson-Mock, Executive Director of Kids Rethink NOLA.
Good afternoon. My name is Tina Robinson, and I'm the Executive Director of Rethink. Rethink is a youth organizing and leadership organization with a mission to engage young people in systemic education reform. At Rethink, we guide our students through a holistic process of self-discovery and critical thinking that draws forth their personal and collective ability to change their schools, the city, and the world. Rethinkers from our 6-week annual summer camp have joined us here in the audience this afternoon, and our summer program is currently underway right here at the New Orleans Charter Science and Math High School. And just a little plug for later this summer. Please stay tuned at the end of July for Rethink's annual youth-led news conference, where the Rethinkers will release this year's school food report card grades and their 2013 school policy recommendations. Mr. Mayor, it would be our great pleasure to have you join us at our July news conference. Rethink is honored to partner with the Fit NOLA campaign. Under the incredible leadership of Dr. Karen DeSalvo, the City Health Department has created an unprecedented space for youth voice in a citywide public health initiative. And I can tell you on a personal note, it's just been such a joy to work with Dr. DeSalvo. She truly gets youth voice. Now, I could go on about our program and our excitement about Fit NOLA, but at Rethink, our policy has always been to allow the students to speak for themselves. So it's now my great pleasure to invite Rethinker Ashley Triggs to the podium to tell you more about Rethink's role in supporting Fit NOLA.
Good afternoon, Mayor Landrieu, Dr. DeSalvo, members of the City Council, and Rethinkers. My name is Ashley Triggs, and I am 13 years old. I attend Edgar P. Harney Elementary School, and I am in the 8th grade. I am a Rethinker. Rethink is a nonprofit, youth-based organization that gets kids' voices heard in the rebuilding of New Orleans schools. At Rethink, we believe that every child has a voice. Rethink creates a space for young people to dream big about what they would like to see change in their schools. We are ecstatic to work with the Fit NOLA partnership because kids has a lot to say about what they could do to make their city healthier. New Orleans has always been a place for great food, music, and fun, but we also have a high rate of obesity, diabetes, and other health problems. We Rethinkers believe that we don't have to take away the food we are known for, but we can make corner stores healthier with fresh fruits and vegetables, healthy cooking classes, and healthy school lunches. If kids don't eat, they act out. When they act out, they get in trouble. When they get in trouble, they get suspended, which is the school-to-prison pipeline. Another problem that we see in schools is that students don't receive 30 minutes of physical exercise each day, which is required by the law. Many students are stressed out about tests, problems at home, and violence in their community. Last year, the Rethinkers learned about an instant recess, a fun, creative solution for physical exercise inside the classroom during the busy school day. Instant recess is fun and all students can participate.